The uh, the Mick Jagger Ned Kelly isn't. I remember finding it kind of boring, but the Yahoo Serious one, they just shot his legs out. His one flaw in his plan. If only he had built steel pants. Anyway, Australia's filled with really crazy stories, and they've shared them with us through their incredible cinematic exploits. I think that's the extent. Ned Kelly and Proposition. Yeah, yeah. Get some Aussie cinema in you. Oh man, what a crazy story. Just a crazy outlaw story. Back in the day when they would pose with the bodies as a warning. Don't be criminals. Yeah, I would imagine so. I'd imagine so. The government hates this one little trick. That happened in Alberta to a certain degree, but they banned body armor in Alberta, the Canadian province next to mine. These guys robbed a bank and had a shootout with police, and they were full like body armor, and so you can't buy body armor in Australia or in Alberta anymore, but in BC. You can buy body armor if you have a gun license, because the courts in BC ruled that it's safety equipment, like the same way when you go fishing, you should wear a life vest. And so if you own a gun, you should be able to buy body armor as safety equipment when you go to the range. And I was like, so here, I don't own any body armor, but if I wanted to, I could. It's safety equipment, which actually technically it is. Like, it's mandatory in BC if you do a run and gun course, like those, shooting range courses where you're doing like 3-gun kind of going through the course, shooting, changing firearms, and doing all that stuff. Like, it is a sport that a lot of people do, so it does make sense to a certain degree. I've never done that sort of thing, but it's interesting how all that it varies wildly depending on where you're from. The criminals always ruin it for the rest of us. You can't buy anything there. Here you can just buy whatever you want. Yeah, it depends on where you are. Like that skiing shooting? No, biathlon. Biathlon is different. Biathlon is like the Nordic skiing with the rifle and shooting, which is actually a really challenging sport because it's like shooting a rifle at distance when your heart rate is going like that. It's actually a really interesting sport in that regard. Is like you have to go hard, and then you have to stop, calm that heart rate down, and be able to pick off some targets with a rifle. It's actually really interesting. For what purpose would you need body armor as a normal citizen? Safety equipment. There's bullets everywhere. Depends on where you're from. I would definitely, if I was doing running, like doing sport, tactical shooting, makes sense. You don't know how stupid other people can be at the range. Though I've never really heard of any accidents. I guess most people aren't that stupid. This this is maple. Maple with the black is rich light. So it's a synthetic. Fingerboard is rich light. That's rich light. And I'm just getting the profile in there. Hunting deer. Well, that's the thing. That's what those there are those CrossFit guys. Those CrossFit guys use they do the weight vests. Which makes sense. Like if you are training, doing military style training, you have to carry that weight because it's insane. It's absolutely insane how much weight. I read a study on American soldiers and how much weight they have to carry because they keep adding equipment. And so one of the biggest injuries, the two biggest injuries with modern soldiers is actually back and knee problems, and they're carrying over 100 pounds of weight. So all those guys, when they were stationed in Afghanistan, they were hiking up these mountains with like 100-pound packs on their back, and they all have knee problems, disc problems. It's insane because now it's like it's not just ammo, food, and water. It's like batteries for your night vision, all your radio equipment, your like all this other equipment, and it just keeps adding on and on. And nobody had done studies on it, and they just kept adding equipment. Now they're kind of realizing, oh, that's quite a lot of weight. Unglue a bridge on an acoustic. Heat it up with a heat gun or a blow dryer. Heat it up. Try and peel it off as best you can. What do you say, Mayor? How do you get a bridge off?
Bridge?
On an acoustic guitar.
Heat it and
Use a little one of those.
removal thing. I have a block of wood that has an angle on it,
Oh yeah?
and it has a ground off like saw blade, so it bends, and I heat it up, and then I put it at an angle, and it pops it up.
Oh really?
So I do it all the way around.
Where would you
Stumac
get a
has
tool?
Stumac has a tool for it. I just made mine.
So Stumac has a tool for removing a bridge. Meredith was just saying she has a special tool. You have to heat it up a little bit, and then there are special tools for it, because what can happen is even though you're heating it up, the PVA glue will stick onto that wood, and it's a spruce top, like it's a softwood.
A bridge removal spatula.
A bridge removal spatula.
Yeah.
That's what you need, is a bridge removal spatula.
It's something like this. I made a
Oh, okay.
version of it.
So this is the Stumac tool, bridge removal spatula.
But it's It's like a
Anything that you can kind of shim underneath
Yeah.
there.
It's like it still bends,
It's
but
yeah.
it stays straight enough, and it's at an angle so that when you go all the way around and push, it'll pop the bridge up.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So
And it has a piece of felt underneath.
oh, it has felt so it won't scratch the top. Yeah, that's a useful tool. Like, yeah. Will it ruin the finish? Yeah, that's why you need the felt on there. How much does that thing cost? It's probably obscenely expensive.
Probably. That's why I made my own.
Yeah. You have a fender and the bridge split horizontally from the plastic bridge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very common.
Is that common? Mayor says that's common. $475. No, is it that much?
$84.
$84.
Canadian. That's 50 something US.
Monzon bought it new, 2 years. The bridge broke. Is that on warranty?
Nope.
No warranty on that. That sucks. Teal Crafting, how are you doing? Teal Crafting just builds his own tools. He's crafty like that. He's crafty like that. You can build your own tools. Like, that's the thing. It's actually a big part of luthery is making your own tools, especially with acoustics. If you're building or repairing acoustics, you're going to be building your own jigs, your own tools, or you can invest in StewMac.
Depending on what they are, like that one probably will last a while.
Yeah, it's just like
Files we have had for 7 or 8 years,
yeah.
they lasted.
Yeah, I'm going to have to buy all that stuff soon.
Yeah, you might have to sell your body.
Yeah, yeah. I got so much stuff to buy for my new shop. We will see. I'm going to see if Chris has a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, just anything that you can get under there. See what you can do, Monzon. I know it's probably like, you can probably fix it. It might not be pretty, but I'm sure you can fix it. Well, you can get, hey, Monzon, thank you for that follow. You can just get those things, like any sort of thin piece of metal thing that you can lift up, Do we have any 120 grit? We have 320 and we have 220. I think we're out of 120. I don't see any. Let me just double check.
Here, I've got some. I've got sheets right
That's
here.
220,
This is what?
220, and 320. It's weird.
Yeah, there's some right there.
Okay. Anyway. I'm just getting this thing all nice soon. I can see a little dip in there. It's gotta be. Must be perfect. But I don't want to take off more material. Anyway. so many tools to get when I move into my new space. You're disappointed with the Fender.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Me too.
I would not. Honestly, Yamaha acoustics.
Yep.
Stay away from the Fender acoustics. They,
Don't have enough development.
yeah, they're just not there yet. Just get a Yamaha. That's my advice. That's Meredith as well. You need a decent, inexpensive acoustic. Just get a Yamaha opposed to the Fender. Oh, it's 1:30. It's 1:35 here. Good morning. It's afternoon. Good afternoon. No, I got a throat infection. I got a nasty throat, a bacterial infection. I was pretty run down. It was a bunch of things all kind of happened at once. So I wasn't surprised I got sick. But I'm doing a little bit better now. Also, it's like being in a dusty shop definitely inhibits the recovery process. So, but I am doing better now. But I'm not 100% recovered. Meredith did a lot better because she just went and got antibiotics.
And then I got my vitamin IVs.
Yeah, she saw how sick I was, and then she's like, screw that. I'm going to get a bunch of vitamin IVs and some antibiotics. And she's fine now. I did not. I was like, I don't believe in science.
I was really scared just because I've been through a lot of treatment.
Yeah, you didn't.
I was like, if I get sick, I'm going to be really sick.
You can't afford to get sick. I couldn't afford to get sick.
You're a strong, healthy
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been super busy. I got super run down, not having a place. I was like bouncing around different places, trying to get things done. Just wasn't a good fall. Wasn't a good fall at all. But not that the winter's shaping up any better, but you know, it's like it is what it is. I just have to keep working through it. Don't worry about me. I know when I was gone for 2 weeks, everybody was up. Wonder how Hank's doing. Is he coming back? What's happened to Hank? Doesn't he care? Yamaha's good value for the money, for sure. Really good. They do phone interviews. Yeah, I'm not really unhealthy. Regardless of drugs or antibiotics, I got sick because I ran myself down. I wasn't eating well. I wasn't sleeping. I needed to fix myself. I rarely go to the hospital or go to a doctor. I've never spent a night in the hospital in my life. The last time I got I get antibiotics when my life is threatened, not when I'm just like, oh, I just need to get better. The last time, one of the few times, actually that might have been the only time second time I got antibiotics, I got an infected wisdom tooth that it's always my throat and my mouth whenever something goes wrong. And the swelling caused my jaw that I couldn't even open my jaw anymore. Like I could open my mouth maybe like a quarter of an inch at the most. And there's a blood vessel that goes down your neck right into your heart. And that infection from your mouth can actually spread into your heart. It's very rare, but it does happen. And so that was the only The only time where I was like it wasn't going away, and it was after 2 days. It was just getting really bad. I'm like, this is not good. So anyway, that was the last time. But unless it's something really serious, and I could feel the infection was trying to spread into my ear. I could feel swelling in my ear, and if it had gotten into my ear, then I would have I would have went to the hospital. But I have my points. I'm not against modern medicine, but it's like I have what I can do myself and what I know modern medicine can do. Yeah. Hey, Third Planet Creations. What's going on, Third Planet? I'm just working on guitar right now. Chevy guy, how are you doing? Did you see my Day of the Dead guitar? That's what I'm working on today. It's my latest creation. Yeah, it's not fun at all. It's not fun at all. Hey, thanks, Chevy. This was a fun guitar. Yes, yeah, I did that by hand. I can draw. You guys are wondering, if anybody's wondering why I suck at guitar, it's because I spent all my youth drawing. That's why I can't play guitar. So I made my choice as a young man, and I wish I had played more guitar, but I was too busy drawing. Hey, Third Planet, thanks for that raid. What were you up to today? And thank you for that follow. I can't play guitar. Well, I'm learning. I'm getting better at guitar. I'm trying to get better at guitar. And, yeah. Yeah, I do the art. I like doing the art. But yeah, it kind of makes me want to do more painted guitars and stuff like that. So I might do more of these, even though I said I wasn't going to do painted guitars. Yeah, Meredith thinks I should. Throwing some pottery and glazing some pots. Nice. That's awesome. My parents are potters, Third Planet. So I've done a little bit of pottery, but my parents are both really into it. So I know the process. I know how it works. But it's just one of those things. I don't do pottery. That's what... Too many things. I think Picasso said it's better to be great at 3 things than okay at 4. Yeah. I peaked at the Muracaster. Well, that one's inlay. That's a really unique piece, Chevy. You got one of my finest pieces, and I'm really glad you got that. Nifty, what's going on? Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the thing. All those things is time. Putting the time in. The apron's great. The apron is great. I wear it, every day now. Once Chevy got the strap on the back, so it fits snug. So if you guys don't know, Chevy guy made me this apron. I really like it. Fits perfectly. Nice, heavy wax canvas. Very happy with it. I wear it every day. Have you been playing the Muracaster, Chevy? Okay, thanks for coming in, Third Planet. You have a good rest of your day. Let me this camera keeps drooping. There we go. But, yeah, I was saying I haven't had much, Well, that's the thing is like, I people don't see a lot of my drawing. They just see my woodworking, but drawing was a big part of my life. For my whole life, I've always been an artist, and drawing, I never quite was able to make it a career though. That was the thing. My guitars have been far more successful than my art. So my woodworking. Here's the interesting thing. For some reason, I've been building instruments professionally for years, but I've always been doing art on the side, like my drawing and stuff, and my focus was always the art. And it was like I always did detailed woodworking, instrument making, like clarinets and stuff. I did that just as a job. That's the funny thing, was that it was like instrument making was my day job, and the art was what I did in the evenings and weekends and stuff. So it's kind of nice that now I'm at a point where it's like, oh, I can take that and put that into my guitar. Maybe nobody will buy my paintings, but maybe they'll buy my paintings if I put it on a guitar. I'll trick them. That's my new plan. Oh, you don't want to buy my paintings? What if I paint it on a guitar? I don't tell you about everything, Hayes. Some of it is secret. Keeping it safe in the case. Thanks, Nifty. Yeah, I managed to work as a freelance illustrator briefly, and then ended up becoming a cobbler after that, because I just could not make enough money as an illustrator, and did much better as a cobbler. So it's just how life goes sometimes. But instrument making has been a gig for me for almost a decade now. I blame Meredith. I wanted out, but Meredith pulled me back in.
You didn't want to get another job.
Into the life. I was like, I'm out of that world, Mare. I'm not coming back. And she's like, come on, Hank.
You in the back of the knees and
Yeah.
make you kneel and say, swear to the guitar God.
Yeah.
You'll never say that again.
You'll never get out, Hank. Blood in, blood out. You're in for life, Hank. That's what she said.
It is true.
Hey, essay.
Oh no.
You're in for life.
In for life, essay.
Yeah. Blood in, blood out, Holmes, is what she said to me. As she pulled up in her Lolo.
Yeah. You know,
Hey, Coloma.
my mom's gonna pick me up. I'm gonna go fix a door.
Oh, yeah?
And I'll be back.
Okay. Are you going to see if there's paint anywhere?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Canadian Tire
Okay.
because they don't have anything at Borco.
Yeah.
But I'll stop on my way back.
If you see any 120,
120 grit.
yeah, we're good on everything else. Okay. Catch you
I
later.
think we had like 2 big boxes of the 120,
Yeah.
and then we had nothing else, and then I bought like 2 boxes of the other stuff,
Yeah.
but not the 120.
Never
Never enough.
Never enough. Send you a Hank original, put it in your studio. Someone might buy it. Oh, what happened to my camera? My camera's not cooperating today. There we go. It's crooked. It's crooked. I can't have a crooked camera. It will throw everybody's It'll throw everybody off. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. Of course she would be wearing a bandana when she says that. Yeah. Yeah, I spent too much time with the Chileans. I'm Enrique now. I'm Enrique. Hey, Game Biz, how are you doing? Game Biz, did you see my Day of the Dead guitar? That's what I was painting on Halloween. So, hand painted. I really like these. I think these are Japanese. Are these? Yeah. Mitsubishi. Made in Japan. These things. They are an acrylic paint pen. And they have a real fine tip. So it's not, you can get brush tips, but you can also get the hard tips. And these are great. These things are great. And it's acrylic paint. The Japanese, I was looking at this thing and I was like just marveling at the engineering of like the people who made an acrylic paint pen. That's insane. And the detail you get is really, really nice. It's not perfect, but that's part of handmade, you know? But it looks pretty good. I was pretty happy with it. Because I kind of like the look of hand painted stuff. No, you have to sand it off. I did make some mistakes. I was able to rub it off with alcohol and a little bit of sandpaper to get it off. So you can erase it to a certain degree, but it is permanent. And I'm going to do a matte poly spray over it when it's done. Yeah, they're really good. I was really happy with it. It turned out really well. Yes, they're expensive, but they're good, and they last pretty long. It's like I was happy with the quality and how the paint looks and everything. Yeah. Oh yeah, they're pricey. I can't remember how much I paid for each one, but it was like I bought 5. I got black, white, blue, red, and green, and then yellow. Obviously, I could just use yellow for that. But they've been lasting. They last a while. Oh, I'm going to do nickel for the bridge. I was going to do black for the bridge. Do you import them? They sell them in shops. We have an art store out here that sells them. So I was able to just go to the local art store and get them. You guys, it's tricky in Australia and New Zealand. You guys definitely have to deal with a different level of import costs. Like I know things are a lot hard. You can get the things, but it definitely seems a lot harder to get things in your region than here in North America. So for the bridge, I was going to do black, but Meredith gave me this PRS bridge that's nickel and brass, and I think that looks a lot better because it kind of reflects the black. Actually was too dark, whereas the nickel just works a lot better with it. So originally I was going to do black hardware, but this looks way better. So I'm going to do this. And it's a wraparound bridge, so that's it. This takes up the least amount of space. So yeah, it's also, these are kind of pricey, but beautiful bridges. PRS makes really nice wraparound bridges. I like these better than the Godo bridges, which are half the price. These are super nice. So, and low profile. As far as bridges go, these are probably the most compact bridge you can get. So leaves more space for the art. You prefer the nickel? Yeah, me too. That's one of those things. I'm glad I have that. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do on the headstock yet. It's just black right now, but yeah, I can do some designs on that. I might even do a pattern design on the sides and on the back, the back of it as well. So I might do some sort of like pattern going around it. So I haven't, like I said, this one just kind of keeps evolving and keeps getting more and more elaborate. So I'm just going to keep working through it. I got the skull inlays in the fingerboard. So that'll look nice. But I'll probably do more. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Skeleton running. I'm going to do skeletons on the back. So I am going to do a big kind of like skeleton motif on the back. You'll see. I know what I'm going to do on the back. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do on the sides yet. I might do more of like a repeating pattern design on the sides. Like not anything too elaborate, but just like the, you know, just kind of a pattern that just kind of goes all the way around. But this is where we're getting to. Very, very, yeah, some sort of, I don't know, geometric, but definitely something kind of repeating. But anyway, I'll figure it out. I'm just working my way through it. My inspiration, it could be geometric. I'm trying to use kind of Mexican pattern motifs and stuff like that. So I'm just looking at different kind of like illustrations and stuff and trying to find some kind of inspiration in that. Skeletons dancing in a chain pattern on the side. I could do that. That's not a bad idea. Actually, I could do that. I think, actually, yeah, I could do something like that. I might. That's a good idea. Thank you. Yeah, I used up, so nifty, I used up the mother of pearl that I had left over from the mic guitar for that one. So just used a lot of things. Was it your idea? Hayes gets the credit. Sorry, Momo. No credit for you when I implement it. I'll be like, I'd just like to thank Hayes for coming up with this great idea. Some people contribute more. Actually, you know what, Hayes? I'm going to throw you some Hanks. I'm going to throw you some Hanks for that great idea. Some great idea there, Hayes. Let me pay you for that idea. There you go. 250 Hanks for that great idea. No, you got the Hanks there. You can throw it. You can throw him some Hanks if you want. If you want to give him some charity. Yeah. Karma will get me. You just wait. You just wait until I steal your base idea, Momo. That's when the karma will really catch up to me. Is like when I have my new Momo, the Hank Bud Momo base. I'm above the cosmic law. I'm above it all. None of it can stop me. Hemel, what's going on? How are you doing, Hemel? I'm just getting, actually this is similar. I did this on Hemel's guitar as well, the black back plate. So it has a little bit of similarity. Oh man, 23 months. Thank you, Hemel. Appreciate that, Hemel. What are you working on these days, Hemel? Do you have any electronics thing you're working on? Also, I don't know if you saw my Day of the Dead guitar. I keep showing it. New people keep coming in. Here's my Day of the Dead guitar. That's what I'm working on right now. Almost 2 years. Almost. Two years. What a crazy 2 years. A lot of guitars have been done. Quite a few guitars have left this shop in the last few years. So I'm just trying to get this volute, the transition. You're not working on anything in electronic these days. Nice. Get back into it. Have you been doing music streams? I saw you were streaming the other day, but I wasn't able to catch it. I gotta carve this to be more aesthetic. but it's feeling nice. Music, nice. This is starting to feel like a good neck. Almost like a good neck. We're getting there. Yes, you can post an image there, Hayes. Yeah, so I was thinking about just writing Hank Budd Guitars right here. It's going to have a yellow truss rod cover. Yeah, I was looking at patterns like that. Do you think the headstock should just be a pattern? The swoopy pattern, the small flowers? Yeah, I could just do a pattern without the skulls. I could just do a pattern. Yeah. Yeah, because it's going to have to say Hank Budd Guitars there. Oh, and also I'm going to do nickel tuners as well. So to kind of break that up, and then it'll have a yellow truss rod cover. So I don't know if I'm going to add a whole lot in there because it might be too busy. We'll see when we get there. I'll put, on the back, I was thinking about putting a skeleton cat. I might do a skeleton cat on the back of there. What should I put on the back? Just for the player. They're the only one who sees it. I don't want to add too much, but I want things to be there, but I don't want it to be too busy. So kind of like, I'll add a little bit more on the top, but I'm keeping the pattern just going up the middle. I still need to balance out a little bit of blue here, and then that'll be done. I'm not going to add anything else onto the top. Like sometimes less is more, Like it's more about the balance of it than anything. So we will see. I just don't know what would be the right. I'll add something on the headstock if it's the right little thing, But I'm not just going to add things on there just to add things. You know what I mean? But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see with the art, man. Yeah, neither of these cameras is getting the colors correct. Just so you know, neither of these is correct. Which kind of sucks. This one, the overhead camera, it's too washed out, and the main camera is too saturated. Actually, let me see if I can just adjust that main camera to the proper. Let me see if I can get that. Where's my camera? Okay. Let me see if I can adjust the colors. Oh, it won't. It won't let me adjust it. I'm sorry. You guys are just never going to get the right colors. Yeah. A tiny taco. We will see. We'll see where the inspiration takes me, man. I'm an artist. Could be anything. We will see. I do like the floral motifs. I think they do look nice. And I've already done kind of floral designs on it, so I might keep that continuity. Like so far we got skulls and we got flowers and a heart. Okay. It's feeling good. But it's not perfect yet. A taco. I'm more of a burrito guy myself. What's going on, DJ Rockin' Raj? I did a black guitar. You saw my black guitar. It's not the blackest of the black guitar, but this is the blackest. This is the blackest guitar I've ever made. I don't want to gum the satin gums up when I touch it. I want to keep this thing looking pristine. But this one's a nice black satin. I was thinking about a black skeleton cat. That's what I was thinking for the back of the headstock. But we'll see. Haven't made up my mind yet. Rockin' Raj, how was your Halloween? No, it has to be a toque. I don't know. That one is totally evolving. Completely evolving into what it's going to be in the end. I will only do things that serve the piece. Yeah. Well, like I said, it's evolving. Some of it is out of necessity. Some of it, like this whole back plate, like I said, the reason I did this back plate is because I screwed up the thickness of the headstock. So there's a lot of things that are, but it was good that happened because I stopped rushing the piece. I was almost ready to spray it. Actually, you know what? If I hadn't screwed up this neck and been forced to fix it, I would have just sprayed that as is, and it wouldn't have all this extra stuff on it. So it was kind of good in a way because it made me slow down and just be like, no, just do what you want to do with it. There's no timeline. Just get it done when it's ready to be done, you know? I don't like rushing things. I always make mistakes. As I think everybody does. As soon as you start rushing, that's when mistakes happen. And I want things to be perfect. I don't know if I'll do silver. I think I'll keep to my color scheme that I've done it just to keep some color continuity through it. Truck or treat and the kids got some candy, then Halloween and trick-or-treating. Nice. Rock and Raj got some treats as well. Yeah. No, I'm not going to change up any of the colors. I think it's good for what it is right now. I'm not going to overcomplicate it either. I'm just going to finish it, but I'm not going to make it more complicated. I know what I'm doing on the back. I'm doing skeletons on the back. I'm doing a skeleton horse with a skeleton riding a skeleton horse, charging through a bunch of other skeletons. But it was kind of scary. Kind of scary when I'll show you what I'm thinking for the back. It's actually based on this this Mexican artist who did this Don Quixote style motif. Oh, here, let me show you. So let's get that out of the way. Here's I kind of wanted to incorporate a skeleton cat into it at some point. So that's the skeleton cat, and then this is the what I kind of wanted on the back. Is this, and then have skeletons all over the place. Yeah, I think that'll look really cool. So then I can have that, and then just skeletons flying all over the place on the back. Know what I'm saying? I was thinking about putting the cat on the back of the headstock, but I don't know yet. But I'm definitely going to have the skeleton on the horse on the back. That's for sure. Everything else, I'm not sure. But yeah, I think it'll look cool. This was a really fun project. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It'll be finished for next year, yeah. All ready to go. Well, I was saying that there's an East Vancouver art crawl in 2 weeks. So I want to have that as a piece, a showpiece for the art crawl. I'm getting things done. I started this months ago, but then I didn't have time to finish it. Christmas guitar. I haven't done a Christmas guitar. I don't even know if I can have a ukulele done for Yule. Oh, nice. That was the trucker treat, was a bunch of different kinds of trucks, fire trucks, electrician bucket truck. Nice. Monster trucks. Mud trucks. I didn't do anything for Halloween. I stayed inside and painted. I did crafts. But I didn't want to stream it because I didn't want to make mistakes because I talk too much. And I really had to concentrate on that painting. And so that's what I did. I had a friend invite me out to watch movies. I ghosted him because it was Halloween. It's okay to ghost your friends on Halloween. No, I got back to him. Told him what was up. Sometimes I use the light to see how my how even the carve is. You can see the contour of the shadow, and you can use that to kind of see if there's any low points. You don't have Halloween. Yeah, Halloween is definitely a North American thing. I know due to American media, Halloween is definitely expanding into other places. Actually, I saw some meme of some Australian was like, "This isn't America. We don't do Halloween here. Leave me alone." And fair enough. I honestly like whenever I see other places trying to do Halloween, they don't quite get it right anyway. They kind of have an idea, but they always kind of just there's always something a little bit off. Like they just don't get it from a cultural perspective. But here in North America, I guess if you're in Ireland, do the Irish do Halloween? They do Halloween. Yeah. Yeah. So it's it's interesting that it became a North American. I wouldn't say it's a holiday. It's one of those weird things where it's like where it's not a holiday for Halloween. It's just an event. It's just kind of a cultural event that we all share. But it's not like the Mexican Day of the Dead is a different thing. It has old traditions in Mexico, but then it has like the modern Catholic traditions on top, where like All Saints Day and stuff. But in Mexico, it's a different it's a holiday. It is a holiday, but it's a different cultural event where it's like you're remembering your dead relatives and friends. It's a time to get together with the living and just be thankful that you're still alive and can share your time with your living relatives and honor the dead ones, kind of thing. You only celebrate what Varg says? Well, that's a good... He's the authority on what's right and what's wrong. Well, that's the thing. That's one of the things that kind of bugs me about Halloween is it is just another commercialized event to sell things. It's fun for the kids. It's fun for the kids, and that's what it's about. It's just fun for the kids. You get to dress up, be into spooky things, eat some candy. Everything else is just garbage corporate stuff to sell you. Just another day to sell you some more products. Yeah, 4x4. 4x4s. Laminated together, this bench. Yeah, exactly, Luke. It is a casual like it's not a holiday. It's just a thing we do in North America, in Canada, and the U.S. It's just a thing we do on October 31st. You know, Politicians don't have to give statements about it. Nobody's expected to put on a show. You can just participate if you want. It's just a thing. I kind of like yeah, it's like, of course people try and capitalize on it and stuff like that. And some people go all out for Halloween, and that's fine. But it's not bad. Like, it's fun to put on costumes and hang out with your friends. Who has a problem with that? No, it's been pretty solid, pretty solid. It would have been nice if it was a little bit heavier, but as far as like a bench goes, I'll give you the. I'll show you the legs are 3 2x4s, so they're nice and solid. They're wedged around, so that's. The legs actually go through, so the legs are three 2x4s. The middle one goes through the table, so that's the middle 2x4 goes right through the table, so it's nice and solid, super solid. A nice inexpensive workbench. If you can get cheap 2x4s. Yeah, there's always that, Momo. Everybody can put on costumes and go to the club. Yeah, I like the solstice. I do Yule. I always have a Yule party and make mulled wine. Christmas is family. Yule is for friends. That's how I do it. Yule is the solstice. Traditionally, Yule is the solstice. Though I know Germanic countries call Christmas Yule, but traditionally Yule was the solstice, which is usually the 21st. They mention Saskatchewan. There's a lot of rusty things in Saskatchewan. Yeah, actually, that's one thing, Kazin, is it isn't quite as heavy as I would have liked a heavier bench because I do carving and stuff on it. So if I do another one, I might bolt weights onto it because it would be nice if this thing was like 100 pounds heavier. Because when I'm carving a neck on it, it still wiggles a bit. It's solid, but it could be heavier. But that's due to the 2x4s are spruce. And so spruce isn't very heavy. Maple would have been ideal. Doing a maple 2x4 table or oak. Oak would be nice and heavy. Oak would work out really well. So in the future, I might do another one, but just do strips of oak. But anyway, it depends on what you're going to do. For me, I do need a pre-solid table. So what I do, I have my vise right here, and I clamp my neck onto the table, and then I carve it. And so there's a lot of push on it. That's why I need a really heavy table. But this is a good, inexpensive workbench that you don't have to worry about. I also stained it brown so that it looked a little bit more worn. Like this has a stain on it. And then I think I just put some Danish oil on it. I didn't do a varnish or anything, just Danish oil. It's okay if it gets scuffed up. I'm going to have to build, when I move into my new space, I have to build some new tables. I have a big, heavy Douglas fir table that's old growth Douglas fir. It's big and heavy. So that's going to be my new workbench when I move into my new space. Yeah, it's better to be heavy for sure. But I'll have to build out my new space very soon. I haven't had any time. My space is still filled with boxes. I haven't bought any equipment yet. I gotta sell some guitars because I need to get a new CNC machine. So that's my next priority. As long as I can get a CNC machine, I'll be okay. CNC machine and some fretting tools, and I should be good to continue within reason. I'm losing a lot of my ability to do like really custom stuff. So I'm kind of setting it up in a way to kind of just do my guitars for now, and then I don't know, see where things go. But I got a lot of stuff to do in the new space. I'm trying to do more of a soft C in this neck rather than a modern C. Yeah, it feels better. Just 3 axes. I don't need a crazy machine. I just need a 3-axis, about 3 feet by 4 feet, and then I should be good. Yeah, it'll be for milling bodies. The highest grit I will do 320, and then 40 steel wool. Yeah, I do a lot of stuff on the CNC machine. I can use a router. Like, I can do templates in router, but I would rather just get a CNC and do everything on the CNC and have it dedicated for my guitars rather than have a bunch of templates and do things by hand. I'm actually going the opposite, is rather than downgrading my shop and doing more things by hand, I'm actually going to be CNCing more stuff because I'll have a dedicated machine of my own that I can set up for my guitars. And so I don't have to, I can just have everything kind of having its own place on the bed. So like when I get the billets, I can just put them in. It's all ready to go. Things like that. Oh man, that would be cool, Kazin. Yeah, it's awesome when you find some interesting old wood. There's a lot of Douglas fir out here in BC. So finding old growth Douglas fir is possible. Lots of salvaged Douglas fir. I really want to put in a salvaged Douglas fir floor in my new shop, if I can afford it. Get the CNC first, then get all the nice things that I want. There's so many things. I wish I could just set up a dream shop. It's my shop. It'll be my first personal shop. I've been sharing this shop with Meredith and Will and everyone else. So it'll be nice to have my own space, and I can just set it up how I want it to, but I don't have the resources yet to set up a dream shop, you know. So I just have to set up a functional shop for what I can do to keep going. I don't have a lot of luxuries, but I can build a lot of the furniture and the workbenches and enclosures for the enclosure for the CNC machine. I can do all that myself. It's also time, you know. And I have to get guitars done on top of that. So it'll actually be kind of hectic over Christmas, because I have to move over there. So we'll see when I'm back up and running. I can't give a timeline of exactly when in January, but we will see. We'll see how things go. Hey, Abner, how are you doing? Yeah, turning metal, you need a different. I would like having a metal machine as well, but yeah, you gotta kind of make do with what you have. I'll have enough space, but it's getting the equipment is another thing. I don't have a lot of space, but I have enough space. Luckily, guitar building doesn't take up too much. Yeah. Yeah, that's the nice thing. When I have this thing set up, I do want to. I do want to do other artwork and other things. I got other stuff I want to do. Other things to work on. Media stuff. I gotta retool how I'm doing some of my media, and approach it more professionally. Now that it's like I'm making a go of guitar building full time, I need to really be on top of my my social media stuff, and that it'll probably affect how I'm streaming. And I'm retooling some things. You guys will see. I have to build a new streaming area and media area and all those things. So you'll see it. I'll keep everyone updated, but definitely things need to be retooled from how I've been doing things for the last few years. Things will change. Things that aren't working, I have to stop. Things that are working, I'm going to be doing. Yeah, moving in January. Also, the new space is literally 2 blocks away from this shop. I walk across the street at the end of the night. So it's like, it's good in that regard that I don't have to get a big moving truck and all these things. I'm literally like right there. No, I'm barely moved into my new location. Everything's still in boxes. I'm still working out of this shop until December. And then we'll see in the new year how things are looking. But like I said, I just have to finish my commissions, get some money, get new equipment. Getting sick did not help the situation. Let's get this volute just right. I need that little, this nice and symmetrical, but it's coming along. It's looking good. Yeah, I can just carry it over there. Okay, okay, Gatto, give me what you got. Show me what you got. Hulk Bud. I'll just do workout streams. Why does my camera camera keeps going lower and lower? I'm going to have to fix that. Fix that stand it's on. It's never too late. It's never too late. Do you want to learn to spit rhymes? I gave up on my rap career years ago to focus on other things. Oh, didn't you know? I'm a rapper. Just one of my other talents I don't talk about on the stream. And never will. I keep that for myself. It's hard to be a good rapper. It's really hard not to be whack. Don't you know? Probably one of the hardest things on earth. Yeah, unfortunately, our hardest rapper is Drake. If that says anything about the state of hip hop in Canada, when our hardest rapper is Drake, you know, it's not. We're not. We're not rolling deep, you know. Yeah, lyrics are the hard point, you know? Writing good lyrics. Some people can get away with it. They can just come up with catchy hooks and their lyrics are absolutely atrocious. Like you can get away with bad lyrics as long as you can come up with a catchy hook. That's all you really need in this day and age. Sometimes there are some rappers who try and say too much, and saying too much can kind of, like if you have too much to say and you're trying to like make a point, it's really hard. That's when it gets hard. Like if you're just saying nonsense, hey, Omedusas Gaze, thank you for that, Omedus Gaze, Omedus Gaze, thank you. Oh, Medusa's Gaze. Thank you for that follow. Anyway, yeah, if you try and say too much, it messes up the flow. So it's like, it's got to be really simplistic, but you also have to get to the point. That's why where it's interesting. That's why a lyricist, like someone like Eminem, it's kind of crazy how much he can say in a song, you know? Like he can just pack so much into it. It's crazy. That's quite a skill. Anyway, I'm going to stick to guitar making. I'm too old to start my rap career, so I think for everyone's sake, I'm just going to stick to guitar building at this point. I'm not going to do a dramatic career shift at any point. Good news, Hank Budd is just a guitar builder, not a rapper. But I have 2 instrumental hip-hop albums under Hank Budd. From like 10 years ago. In my hip-hop days. I wasn't joking. Let me tell you about my hip-hop days. It was about 10 years ago. 10, 12 years ago. I think it was like 2010, 2012. Those were my hip-hop days. If you search Bandcamp, you can find my instrumental hip-hop albums where I sampled country and folk music and tried to make beats that sounded like Wu-Tang Clan. It was a certain time of my life. It was actually the reason I was doing instrumental beats was I wanted to make the soundtracks for my cartoons. Okay, this neck is getting real close. The neck profile, at least, is feeling good. Soon, Actually, I'm very close to finishing this up. I still haven't decided. There's no rush now because I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do for the headstock and that. So it's like, well, I still got to get the fingerboard radius buffed up, get the the frets in there. So there's still a bit more to do. It's kind of a chunky neck. It might feel better when that fingerboard is radiused. But like I said, I couldn't go too thin with this because I made the fingerboard slightly thicker and it's got a chunky truss rod in there because I just bought a cheap truss rod. The more expensive truss, they all work the same. It's still a double action truss rod. But the lower profile ones are always more expensive. I really want to get these Japanese, there's a Yusuke, this Japanese guy out here who is our Godo supplier. He and Japanese tools, like luthier tools, supplies, really good stuff. Yusuke has helped us out quite a bit. He designed a really nice low profile titanium truss rod. So it's like super low profile, incredibly light. They're like $40 a piece, which is like, ooh, $40, eh? But it's kind of like, that's pretty nice. So I might start using those. Actually, it was my friend Meredith Coloma got me into guitar building. I didn't really have an interest in it until I moved into the shop here to help her out, and then she forced me to build guitars against my will. I didn't have a choice. Meredith Coloma, it's her fault. Hank Bud commercial rap. That's good. That's good, Hayes. That's good. I don't know if that'll help me sell guitars. How does that help me sell guitars? Hip hop guitars. That's what I make. Guitars for the hip hop world. God, bring back new metal. That's what we need. Guitars and rap just haven't mixed for a while. Okay, this feels pretty good. Again, it's a little chunky, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. New metal. No, it's new metal. Like that. New metal. Maybe I'll do a new metal song of Hayes's new metal. Hayes, I'll do a new metal cover of your song you wrote. New Metal Williams III, yeah. I actually met a guy a little while ago. He's in a new metal band. And I was like, wow, a new metal band. Right on. It's coming back. He assured me it's coming back. Here's the thing about new metal. It may be coming back, but will I still be there for it? I don't think the youth are as angry anymore. I don't think there's the same youthful anger that there was in the 90s. The kids don't seem as angry anymore. I don't know if they would like new metal. It was very aggressive. The Hank Bud vape, oh yeah. That's another thing I gotta is get my merch going. They are sedated. The youth are too sedated now. Okay. I've got that nice volute. Look at that. I still have to get this all flush, but I think that looks pretty good. I still have to drill out the holes, but I think that'll look good for a Day of the Dead guitar. I think that black and that white, like I said, I'm going to spray this with polyurethane so it keeps the white. I'll have to spindle sand in there, but that's starting to look really, really good. This is going to be a nice looking. It'll work with the theme. That's the important thing. The theme. I got a theme going on. You have a theme for your stuff and it might work for your merch. Can you share it, or are you keeping it close to your chest? I tape the back of it. It's usually, if you're worried about blowout, it's good to do the holes before you take the material off the back. Then it doesn't matter. This is Richlite. It's not going to blow out. But be very careful and tape the back. The tuners will cover up if there is a little bit of blowout, a little bit of chip out. The tuners cover the hole quite a bit, so you won't see it. You're going to run with the cat parade? Well, it kind of is your theme. It makes sense. It makes sense to do that. Yeah, you can clamp a piece under. Um, you just gotta be really careful. Here's the thing. You never take the drill press and just go brrr and cut all the way through. Because the material builds up in there. So when you're drill pressing, you do a little bit, you pull it off, let the material get out, do it again, a little bit deeper, again, a little bit deeper, and again, a little bit deeper, and you'll get a cleaner cut. So it's like, yeah, you don't just push it all the way through and push out the other side. I like it, Gatto. I like it. I like the cat parade. Like with metal, yeah, you just take it easy. You just gotta take it easy with delicate work. That's the main thing. A lot of stuff is just about kind of taking your time. Like I'll show you the tuners. I can show you on this one. So the tuners cover up quite a bit. So, like I said, if you do get a bit of blowout, you're okay. Look at how much space those tuners cover. So you should be okay. Let me fix my sagging camera again. Let's see how that is. That's better. Yeah, you don't need that. Yeah, you just gotta be careful. Metal, yeah, if it catches, it'll start spinning around if you don't have it clamped. I've done metalworking before as well. I think I told you guys this, but when I was younger, I actually did a lot more metalworking than woodworking. That I worked in metal shops. I've worked in metal shops before I worked in wood shops. That was one of the reasons I got the job building clarinets, because they were actually using a lot of metalworking tools, because the grenadilla wood, the hardwood for clarinets, is so dense that they actually use metalworking tools like gun drills and things like that. So it kind of helped me in that respect. And that's how I got into instrument making, was from my metalworking. Kooky world. Which one's the best guitar behind me, Philip? The only one that's sold is this one. This one is sold. These ones are not. This is my guitar, but I will sell that one if somebody wants it. And that guitar is Alvin's, and that's a bass that somebody gave me. So, but the nicest one on the wall is sold. Yeah. That's the scary thing about like the metal parts. When something does go wrong with metal, it will fire out, and it's very dangerous. Not that wood, you can't be neglect safety around wood either, but metal, there's just so much tension and torque in those machines. You know, if a bit snaps and flies out. Oh, that one, yes, that one sold, Philip. Yeah, that, I posted that one on TikTok, and it sold in 3 days. That one sold really fast. As soon as I finished it, it was gone. But yeah, that one was really nice. I know which one you're talking about. That is the Burl one. Yeah. Yeah, it would suck. Well, just getting injured in anything. Oh, but Philip, I got a message from a new client who wants wants a guitar like that one. So I might be building another one soon, maybe in the new year. We'll see. I'm just talking to the guy now, and he wants a Les Paul with a Floyd Rose trem with a burl top carved. And so it's like, oh, that's going to be a challenge, but yeah, I can do it. I keep saying yes. Always say yes. He wants it epic. So I'll be doing another, well, hopefully I'll be doing another burl guitar soon. Do I make left-handed guitars? I've never made a left-handed guitar, but Bumstead, because I discriminate against the left-handed people, because they're not like us. They're not like me. Why should I cater to their deviant behavior, playing their guitars backwards? It's obviously evil. That's where the devil music comes from, the left-handed guitar players. So that's why I don't support it. No, I don't make left-handed guitars. Oh, I'm in Canada. I'm in Vancouver, Canada. You say yes, but don't have any in stock. Darn, that's what I was supposed to say. I was thinking about Meredith is making a left-hand guitar right now. I should probably say yes. Just have one. Yes, exactly. Texas Truth knows. Left-handed. All left-handed. Jimi Hendrix was summoning the voodoo, using the voodoo with his left-handed guitar. I make reverse left-handed guitars. Inverted lefties is what I call them. Inverted lefties. No problem, Philip. I'm Canadian. 100% Canadian. Actually, it's not true. My mother was American. I keep that secret. Nobody must know. Don't tell anyone. Yeah, how are you doing today, Babumstead? Lefties. They want the whole world to accommodate them. They're also very selfish. My dad is left-handed. He just plays everything right-handed. Which is what they say is just, it's better to do that if you're a young person, but some people, they just don't. But it's actually just better to learn to play everything right-handed. Then you never have to worry about left-handed guitars. 100% Italian. I've never been to Italy, no. There was a time when I wanted to go to Italy, but never made it there. It's very nice. I really like the Adriatic Sea. That's what I really like. And I wanted to go to Siena to see the Palio. That's what I wanted. And then go to the coast and hang out by the Adriatic Sea. That's what I wanted to do in Italy. Never did it. Just be ambidextrous. Leveled frets for the next Pinecaster. Rake the leaves. Productive day, Bumstead. It makes truth. I get it. I know why people do it. It's just, I just feel bad for left-handed players because the options are limited. If you want, you will have to get a custom-made guitar if you want something really nice. That's the problem with being a left-handed player, is it's just hard to get the guitar you want, so you have to get it custom-made. Yeah. Really? You play it the same left or right-handed, Hayes? Yeah. Italian girls, yeah. Just hang out on the beach. I'll have to learn some pickup lines. Yeah, I've never been to Europe. I haven't traveled much. I'm not very well traveled at all. What about you, Philip? Have you ever been to Canada? Yeah. I guess to an Italian, I would be exotic and interesting.